The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, October 21, reveal that Tracy Abbott will have plenty of questions after Diane Jenkins Abbott gives her some troubling updates. I and our fans know Diane and Jack Abbott had the worst fight possible at the athletic club recently. It'll lead to Diane admitting some alarming news that throws Tracy for a loop. Diane will confess that Jack asked her to move out tonight, so Tracy won't understand how their marriage fell apart so fast. Jack and Diane seemed happy not too long ago, so Tracy will wonder if there's anything she can do to help. Diane may act like there's no hope and claim her marriage is over, but are things really as bad as they seem? Since Victor Newman has been so vocal about his desire to watch Jack and Diane's marriage fail, we wouldn't be surprised if they teamed up to trick him with a fake divorce. Kyle Abbott could be getting duped by the charade as well, so that's a possibility to keep in mind here. Claire Newman pitched the idea of helping Jack, so she might even be part of the deception. Of course, Kyle still lives at the Abbott mansion with Harrison Abbott, since he hasn't nailed down a new house yet. If Diane and Jack are indeed feigning marriage destruction, she can't keep living under the same roof. In other words, Diane would have to move out to make it believable. Kyle's emotions may be affected once again as he watches Diane tearfully pack her bags and leave her key. That said, it's possible Victor really has driven Jack and Diane to the brink of divorce. Nothing can be ruled out at this point, so we'll bring you more predictions on what Diane and Jack's future holds. Regardless, Kyle seems like he's starting to have some regrets about how hard he's pushed Jack and Diane. Is this the beginning of Kyle changing his ways and perhaps trying to bring his parents back together? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kyle will do some soul-searching in the coming episodes, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. Get ready for an intense Saturday as The Young and the Restless delivers another thrilling episode. Here's what fans can look forward to. Sharon's confession. Facing the truth. Sharon takes a bold step as she confronts her past mistakes. Her emotional confession to Daniel may have unforeseen consequences that could change their lives forever. A heavy heart. As Sharon grapples with guilt, her sincerity may lead to deeper connections or drive a wedge between her and those she cares about. Daisy's power move. Taking control. Daisy makes a shocking announcement that shakes up the dynamics in Genoa City. Her ambitions to regain custody of Lucy come with a surprising twist that leaves everyone stunned. Conflict with Daniel. Tensions escalate between Daisy and Daniel as they face off over Lucy, leading to heated exchanges and unexpected alliances. Victor's strategy. Master manipulator. Victor sets a cunning plan in motion that could shift the balance of power in Genoa City. His machinations will have far-reaching effects on his family and competitors alike. Unexpected allies. As Victor navigates through treacherous waters, he may find support from unexpected sources, creating new dynamics in the business world. Elena's return. Unexpected visitors. Elena returns with her daughter, stirring up old feelings and suspicions. Sally's instincts kick in as she suspects there's more to Elena's visit than meets the eye. Complications arise. The reunion brings forth unresolved tensions, as Sally feels threatened and questions the future of her relationship with Adam. Nick's dilemma. Caught between sisters. Nick finds himself in a precarious position as he tries to mediate between Sharon and Daisy. His efforts to keep the peace may lead to unexpected outcomes. Relationship strain. As Nick navigates this complicated situation, his relationship with both women will be tested, forcing him to make tough decisions. Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Elena Dawson is making a comeback to Genoa City, and fans can expect to see her return during the soap's celebratory 13,000th show, which takes place on November 13. Brittany Sarpy revealed this on a recent Instagram story. So what's the reason behind Elena's sudden return? The Young and the Restless spoilers. The last time fans saw Elena Dawson. My and our spoilers remind fans that the last time Elena was seen in a storyline was when she was the acting doctor over a very pregnant Sally Spectra back in the summer of 2023. Sally had suffered a medical emergency while expecting, and Adam Newman was given the choice: either save the baby or save Sally. He chose Sally, and Elena wasn't exactly heard from after that. Many fans didn't want to believe that Sally lost her baby. In fact, there was a buzz on social media that baby Ava Newman may have lived, and perhaps someone paid Elena off to pretend that the newborn had passed. After all, Victoria Newman and Cole Howard believed their newborn daughter had passed, and look what happened there. Some my and our viewers reasoned that Elena was too nice to be involved in something of that nature. However, sometimes the best people are forced into terrible situations. I and our spoilers. Baby Ava Jerome being alive would change the game. My and our spoilers remind fans how different things are between Sally and Adam right now. While they ended up reuniting, Connor Newman's obsessive-compulsive disorder switched things up for Adam, who ended up bonding with his ex, Chelsea Lawson, and the two had a one-night stand. Once the truth came out, Sally and Billy Abbott bonded over their respective feelings of betrayal. By the time November rolls around, there's a good chance that Billy and Sally may become a thing or at least jump into bed together. As Billy and Sally solidify their romance, Chelsea and Adam could contemplate a reunion. Still, if Adam and Sally were to find out that baby Ava was really alive, how much would this change the romantic dynamic between all four parties involved in this very intriguing storyline? After all, why is Elena returning for the 13,000th episode? She hasn't fallen off the canvas for that long, so there aren't nostalgic feelings if she pops back up. However, the very idea that she's simply coming back for a milestone epi seems off. She's got to be coming back with a major storyline for her return, so could she reveal that Allie's baby girl is alive? Speaking to Soap Opera Digest in a new interview, the Young and the Restless star Michelle Stafford says that she had no idea that Phyllis Summers would end up becoming the legacy character that she is today when she first got to play her so many years ago. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Michelle Stafford opens up about becoming Phyllis Summers. That's because the show's writers just wanted Phyllis to become a short-term antagonist in the Danny and Cricket relationship. She told the publication, "I didn't know at the time that Phyllis would go the distance. At the time, I just really wanted to create an interesting character. And when you do that with a writer, create with a writer, I see it like an unspoken relationship that you have with them." And while no one knew at the time that the writers wanted to make Phyllis Summers the colorful character that she is today, Michelle Stafford had a gut feeling that things would turn out the way they have. The actress recalled, "I remember Carolyn Conwell, who played Paul's mom. She would say to me almost every day, every time she worked, 'Oh my God, when are they gonna kill you? You're so bad.'" Bill Bell switched it up and made her sympathetic, and made her empathetic, which is even more important. But Michelle did add that it wasn't easy for her to initially get the job on The Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless spoilers. What's next for Phyllis Summers? And I kept on, and I think that's very important, that people realize that things can be bad and they change, you know. You hang in there, and anything can change at any time. Anything can happen at any time. And this one day, this one audition, changed the rest of my life. That said, fans will simply have to tune in to The Young and the Restless each and every day to find out what will happen next. The Young and the Restless airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In a jaw-dropping turn of events on The Young and the Restless, Faith Newman takes a bold step to save Daniel Romalotti from wrongful imprisonment. With her mother, Sharon Newman, hiding a dark secret, Faith makes a difficult decision that could change everything. Faith's moral dilemma. Faith finds herself caught between loyalty to her mother and doing what's right. After discovering damning evidence linked to Sharon's involvement in a crime that framed Daniel, Faith realizes she can't stay silent. Overwhelmed with guilt, Faith debates her options. Despite knowing it could destroy her relationship with Sharon, she decides she must act to protect Daniel, an innocent man. The shocking handoff to Chance. Faith gathers all the evidence she can find, texts, recordings, and forensic proof, and hands it directly to Chance Chancellor. She believes that exposing the truth is the only way to exonerate Daniel and ensure real justice is served. Chance, grateful for Faith's bravery, promises to investigate thoroughly and take action. This pivotal move forces him to confront Sharon with the truth. Sharon's downfall? Sharon is blindsided when Chance confronts her with the evidence. Desperate to protect herself, she pleads with Chance to let her explain, but the damage may already be done. This revelation threatens to destroy Sharon's reputation and fracture her relationships with both Faith and Ray, as well as those around her. Daniel's freedom restored. As the truth comes to light, Daniel is cleared of all charges and released from custody. His gratitude toward Faith grows, deepening their bond. However, Daniel's emotions are complicated. He struggles with forgiving Sharon for nearly destroying his life. What happens next? Faith's relationship with Sharon is on the verge of collapse as betrayal and resentment simmer between mother and daughter. Will they find a way to rebuild their trust? Daniel's future remains uncertain. Will this ordeal spark a new beginning for him, or leave him emotionally scared? With Chance now aware of Sharon's involvement, will she face legal consequences, or will Ray intervene to save her? The Young and the Restless is definitely keeping viewers on their toes with the latest Daniel-centric drama. They are living for it, just like the portrayer, Michael Graziadei himself. The actor recently spilled the tea on what it's like to handle Daniel's chaotic storyline. He's both nervous and thrilled because you only get one shot at those scenes. Dive in to get the lowdown. Who's really behind Heather's drama? The Young and the Restless actor loves every second of the drama, although Daniel is walking on thin ice. According to Michael, the writing is so good that it's impossible not to enjoy the ride. Meanwhile, things are looking shady over at Sharon's place. Rumors suggest she was one of the last to see Heather Stevens alive. So how did Sharon react to it? The lady claims Heather popped by to vent about a fight with Daniel. We wonder if Sharon knows more than she's letting on. So can we expect Daniel to start pointing fingers? Well, Graziadei believes his character is still giving Sharon a pass. He doesn't want to believe that it could be her, no matter what the circumstances may be, he said. For now, he's just going with the flow and trying to join the dots based on existing intel. However, in the crazy world of soap, trust doesn't last long. Michael admits that even he doesn't know how this will play out. The Y&R starlet is taking it one wild episode at a time. Additionally, he believes Daniel will never forgive the person that is responsible for this in a million years. But if we ask him again in 6 months, he might just get hitched. Yep, he actually said that, but can we blame him? Daniel and Sharon are miles away from a happily ever after, at least not until he forgives her completely. But who knows? Maybe Sharon isn't the only one to blame, as she might have just taken care of the body. So could there be another twist? Is someone else responsible for the mess? Furthermore, we shouldn't undermine that Sharon is cracked in the head. Her blackouts do leave room for some shocking discovery. Interestingly, Graziadei very cunningly used the person responsible, indirectly stating there's more to this story. Whatever happens, Daniel's troubles are far from over. In the meantime, keep reading Soap Opera Daily for more The Young and the Restless speculations and celeb tea. Will Daniel eventually lay the blame on Sharon's shoulders? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor Newman has some big projects in the works. But what happens after he accomplishes his latest goals? Victor doesn't expect to fail. So what does he plan on doing once he secures control of Chancellor and destroys Jabot? At that point, Victor might feel like his work is finished. Perhaps that could be Victor's chance to take a step back from all the corporate drama and just enjoy his victories. Victor has tried the whole retirement thing before, but it obviously didn't stick. Maybe Victor retired prematurely, since he clearly had a lot more gas left in the tank. However, Victor might change his mind about stepping down in the coming months. We know Victor wants to put Nikki Newman on the throne as Chancellor, so he'd feel pretty satisfied if he could pull that off. Of course, my and our fans know Victor's most important goal is ruining Jack Abbott's life and dismantling his company. If Victor could successfully take down his enemy and become the winner of their long-standing rivalry, he might decide he's done everything he set out to do. That might be a moment when Victor would feel ready to go out on top and retire from Newman Enterprises to spend more time with his grandchildren. Naturally, Victor could keep serving as an advisor since he's probably never going to walk away from the family business completely. Even so, Victor might feel comfortable passing the baton if he can just lock in Chancellor and wipe Jabot off the map. Adam Newman has no problem helping Victor handle Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, but it's different with Jack since he considers him a friend. That said, Adam could be tempted to betray Jack if Victor makes him an offer he can't refuse. What if Victor is willing to give Adam the sole Newman Enterprises CEO seat on one condition? Maybe Victor could put it in writing that Adam can run the company with his siblings working under him. The catch is that Victor might demand Adam's help striking the final blow to Jack and ruining his family legacy. Victor could offer Adam the job of his dreams, but he might have to make Jack's world a nightmare. Oh, get it? Adam is content running Newman Media, but he still craves his father's big chair deep down. If Victor gave Adam the chance to run Newman Enterprises instead, would he take it no matter the cost? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Adam might have some tough temptation ahead of him, so we'll pass along more career predictions and updates on any shocking news. CDL will have other terrific Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates to check out, so make us your favorite Y and R hotspot. Daniel's facing a world of trouble on Young and Restless, but there's a character returning to the canvas who may be able to help him out of this legal nightmare. Unfortunately, she's also one of his mother's nemesis. It wasn't enough that Daniel had to grieve the death of his lady love, Heather, but Sharon and the demon on her shoulder decided he should go to prison for a murder he didn't commit on top of it. Never mind that Lucy would be left without parents, a precarious situation indeed for a youngster already feeling isolated and acting out. Sharon planted evidence in Daniel's apartment for the police to find, and she didn't even have to make the anonymous call to the cops that Cam was pushing her to make, because they found it anyway. Thanks to Phyllis urging her son to allow Chance to calm the condo for clues to Heather's last hours, Detective Dreamy unearthed both Heather's cell phone and the bundle of bloody towels that shifty Sharon stashed in the liquor cabinet. This left Daniel stunned, and rather screwed, if we do say so ourselves. In the real world, it would be obvious that he's being set up. Who would invite the police over to search the place knowing they'd left evidence all but out in the open? In the soap world, however, the cops aren't always quite so sharp, and the investigation isn't all that it should be. After all, why wouldn't they have already pulled security footage from the apartment building? Hopefully, they're not going to try and tell us that billionaire Devon lived in luxury condos with no security. Yes, folks, this being the soap opera murder case that it is, it's going to take an established legal eagle to make an aggressive push for the truth while Daniel cools his heels behind bars. And who better than someone with a vested interest in the outcome? Christine Cricket Blair is not only Daniel's former stepmother and his father Danny's current girlfriend, but she's also the ex-wife of Paul Williams, whose daughter was murdered and who suffered a heart attack as a result of getting the terrible news. She also happens to be the suspect's mother's most long-standing nemesis, and one half of a rivalry that was very recently renewed when Phyllis and Christine sparred for Danny's affection anew. As it turns out, we can confirm that Christine is indeed headed back to Genoa City, thanks to her portrayer, Laura Lee Bell, taking to her Instagram account to reveal her return to work. As young and restless viewers know, Danny and Christine have been on an extended tour that took them as far as Paris and as near as Los Angeles, where they appeared on sister soap, Bold and Beautiful. Some people knew it was going to happen, while others saw it as a complete shock. The Young and the Restless star Michael Graziadei recently opened up about Heather's untimely death in Genoa City. It certainly left a huge hole in his character Daniel's life. Keep reading below for everything you need to know. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Michael Graziadei opens up about that death. When asked about how he first found out about this storyline and how he found out that Heather's death was going to be a part of Sharon Case's 30th anniversary episode, Michael said, "I didn't know until they told her Vale Bloom, to be completely honest with you. She went into the details of how and why it made sense for the storyline and everything, and she was extremely gracious about it and was ready just to do her very best work. So we essentially found out together, and you just have to trust that the writing gods know what's best and are going to give you the best storyline to work with." When asked what his initial reaction was to finding out that Heather would die, the handsome actor explained, after Vale explained it to be, what Josh had essentially related to her on his thoughts of what was going to be happening, it did make sense to me from a dramatic perspective. And I think maybe that is why she was extremely gracious about it, and why she still continued to show up every day and give it 120%. The Young and the Restless spoilers. What's next for Daniel? Now, as far as what might be next, Michael previewed, "I think Daniel is alone of those level-headed people where the truth will come out, the truth will come out. He does have this calm that he is able to maintain, somewhat, through it. It goes without saying that the Young and the Restless fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what is going to happen next. Watch this space. The Young and the Restless airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times." Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Billy Abbott recently talked about his new place and asked Sally Spectra for some assistance in the decorating department. Nothing ever simply gets mentioned by chance in the soap opera, so was the show foreshadowing a major moment for this budding super couple. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Silly has some sparks. And our spoilers remind fans that Sally once owned an interior design business, so she's definitely the person to turn to for decorating advice. Sally and Billy have been getting close, mainly bonding over how they both got cheated on when their partners, Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman, hopped into bed for a one-night stand while visiting their son Connor Newman during his time at a facility. Since the OS was exposed, both couples have broken ties. Still, silly sparks had been flying well before Chatham crossed a line in Baltimore. When Connor was first diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, Sally and Billy had many conversations on how they could help Adam and Chelsea as they were going through their difficult time. They also bonded over their respective child loss incidents, and Billy was a great supporter of Sally's when she made the move to Marchetti and thrived in the role. My and our spoilers. One thing leads to another. Being in an apartment and decorating it can be a stressful thing, but in the land of soaps, it sounds like a recipe for a sizzling night of action between the sheets. Billy and Sally could move from the living room to the bedroom while discussing decor options, and if Sally gets excited about the design potential of Billy's apartment layout, things could get heated. Maybe Billy sees the spark back in Sally's eyes, or adds a quip to get her laughing, and they wind up in a lip lock. Maybe more. The show looks like it's ready to push the button on this love story, so the couple just need the right setting. Could Silly solidify their romance with a sleepover after some decorating fun in Billy's apartment? Do you think Sally and Billy make a cute couple? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y and R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit CTS Daily for the hottest young and the restless spoilers, updates, and news. Audra has emerged as a keen observer, adept at navigating the intricacies of power. She has keenly recognized the deep-seated tension between Victor and his son Adam. Despite being one of Victor's offspring, Adam has always felt sidelined, struggling to earn the recognition and trust he believes he deserves. Audra, with her sharp intellect, sees the weight of Adam's frustrations as he grapples with his father's controlling presence. For years, Adam has lived in Victor's shadow, following orders but never truly taking the reins of his own destiny. As Victor ages, Audra notices his reluctance to relinquish control of Newman Enterprises, even as the time for a transition draws near. This creates a unique opportunity for Audra, who is not only perceptive but also skilled at manipulating situations to her advantage. She understands that beneath Adam's composed facade lies a man simmering with resentment, a feeling that has been cultivated over years of manipulation by Victor, who has always wielded a heavy hand over his son's choices. One evening at Newman Enterprises, Audra seizes the moment to approach Adam. There's an unmistakable shift in her demeanor, a glimmer of ambition in her eyes that piques Adam's interest. "Victor's always going to hold you back," she states smoothly, articulating the truth Adam has felt deep down. "As long as he's in charge, you'll never receive the acknowledgement you truly deserve." Adam listens intently, aware that Audra is walking a precarious line, yet her words resonate with him. The reality of his father's manipulation weighs heavily on his shoulders. Sensing Adam's vulnerability, Audra presses on. "He doesn't trust you. In fact, he's considering handing over everything to Nikki. Can you imagine, after all your hard work and sacrifices, he still won't trust you with Newman Enterprises?" As her words sink in, Adam's anger surges. He has always been aware, on some level, that Victor's trust in him is limited, but hearing it from Audra makes the sting all the more real. Adam has fought for years to prove his worth to Victor, but the barrier between them remains unyielding. With a knowing smile, Audra presents her bold proposal. "What if you and I teamed up? Together, we can finally break free from Victor's hold. You deserve to run Newman Enterprises, not Nikki. You've been the one doing the heavy lifting all along while she swoops in." The idea sparks something within Adam. He has long harbored dreams of stepping out of Victor's shadow and finally claiming the position he desires. "Victor's getting old," Audra continues, her voice firm with conviction. "He's not going to be around forever. He's already contemplating retirement, but instead of trusting you, he's looking to pass the torch to Nikki. It's time to show him that you're the one who deserves to take over." Adam's mind races as he contemplates the possibilities. With Audra's backing, the moment he has awaited might finally be within reach. For years, Adam has played the dutiful son, feeling more like a pawn in Victor's game. Yet, Audra's words awaken his latent ambitions. If Victor refuses to hand over the reins willingly, then perhaps he can take them by force. The temptation is strong, but Adam understands the risks. Even in his old age, Victor remains a formidable opponent, and the thought of directly challenging him is daunting. Curiosity piqued, Adam questions Audra's motives. "Why are you doing this? What do you gain from this?" Her smile widens, revealing a cunning ambition. "I want to align myself with the future. Victor's reign is ending, but yours is just beginning. I want to be on the winning side." Adam scoffs lightly. "You're not afraid of crossing Victor?" Audra confidently replies, "I've dealt with powerful men before. Victor doesn't intimidate me. By the time he realizes what's happening, it'll be too late. For the first time in years, a flicker of hope ignites within Adam. With Audra by his side, he sees a path to finally break free from Victor's oppressive control. But the question lingers, can they truly pull this off? Adam knows his father won't go down without a fight. Yet he senses a shift in the power dynamics, an opening that could lead to his long-desired takeover of Newman Enterprises. As Victor continues to underestimate him, Adam prepares to embrace this new alliance with Audra. Together, they may finally prove that the Newmans are more than just a dynasty. They are a force to be reckoned with, ready to rewrite their legacy. Will Adam seize this chance, or will Victor's long-standing influence prove too great? Only time will tell as the battle for control of Newman Enterprises intensifies. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott may have realized there's only one way to gain the upper hand against Victor Newman. Since Victor has been boasting about the imminent dissolution of Diane and Jack's marriage, perhaps Diane and Jack have decided to put on a show for him. By making Victor think he's won, it could lull him into a false sense of security and give his enemies an advantage. Of course, Kyle Abbott is part of the picture here, so maybe Jack and Diane have cooked up a plot to dupe him too. Let's look at the clues and consider Claire Newman's potential role in what's potentially happening. For starters, Claire repeatedly offered to help Jack, so there may be a place for her in all this deception. Jack made it clear how conniving Victor could be, so Claire may be helping him pull one over on her grandfather. That brings us to some suspicious scenes in Y and R's October 17 episode. Claire drew Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, and Cole Howard's J. Eddie Peck attention to the conflict between Jack and Diane at Crimson Lights. So what if they're getting tricked as well? It's not easy to deceive Victor, so it would certainly be better if Cole and Victoria believe what Jack, Diane, and Claire are selling. We should also talk about that epic marriage blow-up between Jack and Diane that played out at the athletic club. It honestly seemed out of character for Jack to say such harsh things to Diane right there in public for anyone to hear. Perhaps the real goal was for Victor to witness Jack and Diane's fake marriage destruction along with Kyle, who seemed concerned about his parents for the first time in months. In other words, what if Claire is following through on her promise to help Jack by playing along with his Fogg's Diane blow-up? Let's not forget that Claire came on the scene as someone conning the Newman family, so she could easily pull this off. Diane and Jack may have decided to lean into Victor's perception of their crumbling relationship with a pretend fight that's worthy of divorce. This could help Claire tug at Kyle's heartstrings and maybe lead to him realizing he's gone too far. There might be a scene coming up where Jack apologizes profusely to Diane for saying terrible things he didn't mean. Diane might acknowledge that some of what Jack said was true and understand that he had to strike low blows to fool Victor and Kyle. Bottom line, what started off as genuine tension between Jack and Diane might have morphed into a deception game. Diane and Jack might be working with Claire to dupe Victor and Kyle. So we'll bring you more predictions on how all the drama will play out. The young and the restless spoilers say Jack and Diane's marriage may not be over after all, so stick with us for updates on any scheming news. Is Stitch returning? BTS photos offer clues around a potential comeback. Young and the restless spoilers indicate that the soap held a massive behind-the-scenes party for Michelle Stafford to celebrate her 30-year milestone on the show. There were a ton of photos from the party that circulated on social media, where Stafford posed alongside many of her current Y and R colleagues, as well as one interesting past one. The young and the restless spoilers, Phyllis Summers and Ben Stitch Rayburn. Y and R spoilers suggest that it's been a hot minute since fans have seen Ben Stitch Rayburn. It was the summer of 2021 when he fled after kidnapping Mariah Copeland while she was pregnant with Dominic Newman Abbott Chancellor Winters. He got busted before he could do any real damage, but was able to escape authorities. The fun news is that the character's portrayer, Sean Kerrigan, made an appearance for Stafford's 30th anniversary party at the studio, and the two posed together for pics. My&R spoilers: the Dabby wedding disaster. My&R spoilers have been hinting that disaster could strike at Abby Newman Abbott's and Devon Hamilton Winter's wedding. Fans can recall that Abby was married to Stitch at one point, and when he returned in 2021, he had an unhealthy obsession with his ex. If he returned, the possibilities of chaos and drama are endless. Still, Stafford did tell Soap Opera Digest that it was sweet for Kerrigan to attend her bash, and he is a homie, implying he attended because they were friends. With that said, Stafford has a lot of former Y&R colleagues who are friends that did not come to the shindig. While Kerrigan may have attended Michelle's party as a friendly gesture, it's hard not to speculate that he also could be filming on the show, but the Y&R is trying to keep it hush-hush. In The Young and the Restless, power struggles within the Newman family are nothing new, but Audra Charles may have just ignited the most explosive one yet. Audra, always perceptive of the inner workings at Newman Enterprises, has spotted the cracks in the long-standing father-son dynamic between Victor and Adam Newman. For years, Adam has been loyal to his father, but never quite given the recognition or control he craves. Victor, despite his advancing age, has never truly relinquished power, keeping Adam under his thumb. But now, with Audra's manipulative insight, the tides may be about to change. Audra has keenly observed Adam's frustrations. Despite being one of Victor's sons, Adam has been constantly pushed aside, never fully trusted, and always manipulated. For years, he has played the role of Victor's loyal soldier, carrying out his father's wishes but never being granted control. Now, Victor's advancing age has only amplified Adam's growing resentment. Audra sees an opportunity. With Adam approaching his breaking point, she makes a calculated move, planting the seeds of rebellion. In a subtle but daring conversation at Newman Enterprises, Audra begins to pull at the threads of Adam's discontent. Victor's always going to hold you back as long as he's in charge, she tells him, striking at the heart of Adam's lifelong battle for recognition. The comment resonates with Adam, and he's forced to confront the painful truth. Despite his sacrifices, Victor will never fully hand him the reins. What truly infuriates Adam is Audra's revelation that Victor is considering passing everything to Nikki instead of him. The idea that his years of dedication could be swept aside infuriates Adam, and Audra knows she has hit a nerve. He doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust any of his children, she continues, fanning the flames of Adam's anger. Audra's strategy is simple but effective. She proposes an alliance. Together, she suggests, they can break free of Victor's control. You deserve to run Newman Enterprises, Adam, not Nikki, Audra declares. Her words are intoxicating, promising Adam the very thing he has always wanted, control over the Newman empire. Adam, however, is no fool. He recognizes the risks of going up against his father. Victor may be aging, but he is still a formidable opponent. Adam has been biding his time for years, waiting for the right moment to seize power, and with Audra's help, he feels that moment might have finally arrived. But even as he begins to entertain the idea, Adam knows there will be a battle ahead. Victor will never hand over Newman Enterprises without a fight. Audra, sensing Adam's hesitation, reassures him. Victor's reign is ending, but yours is just beginning, she tells him, making it clear that she wants to be on his side when the dust settles. Adam, for the first time in years, feels a spark of excitement. He has always harbored ambitions of stepping out of his father's shadow, and now, with Audra's backing, he might just be able to make that dream a reality. Yet the question remains, can Adam and Audra truly pull this off? Victor has always been 2 steps ahead of everyone, and while his time at the helm of Newman Enterprises might be nearing its end, he's far from ready to surrender control. The looming battle between father and son promises to be a defining moment in Newman family history, with both power and loyalty on the line. As tensions rise and alliances are formed, one thing is certain: the stakes have never been higher for Adam Newman. Will he finally break free from his father's control, or will Victor once again prove that he's the master of the game? Only time will tell. Young and the Restless, Y and R. Spoilers for Friday, October 18 indicate that it'll be all about red when the show presents a special episode honoring 30 years of Phyllis Summers and Michelle Stafford in Genoa City. Next on Young and the Restless, Phyllis's 30th anniversary show should provide some fun flashbacks, interesting history, and drama. What should fans expect to see unravel on Friday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers, a pep talk for Lucy Romalotti. Y and R spoilers for Friday, October 18 reveal that it looks like the show will pick up where it left off on Thursday. Daniel Romalotti was at the park with Phyllis as he tried to fill Lucy Romalotti in on his current predicament. He knows someone is trying to frame him for Heather Stevens' murder, and Phyllis was quite suspicious of Sharon Newman's story to Chance Chancellor during the Thursday, October 17 episode. My and R spoilers, Phyllis Summers shenanigans. My and R spoilers for Friday, October 18 hint that Phyllis will tell Lucy some stories about Grandma, which means that fans won't only revisit some of Red's best and possibly worst moments, but also some of the stickiest situations she was in and got out of. After all, Phyllis has created a ton of messes over the years, but always managed to climb back on top. As this is a pep talk, Lucy could find out, when there's a will, there's a way. Things may look bad for her dad right now, but Phyllis may encourage Lucy to see that there are brighter days ahead. The Young and the Restless spoilers, video flashbacks. Lastly, Y and our viewers have come to expect the old video flashbacks during any anniversary episode, and this one dedicated to Phyllis should be no different. Will Red also fill Lucy in on her feuding history with Sharon and love story with Nick Newman? Sounds like that will likely be the case. Are you excited about Friday's show? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y and R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit SOS Daily for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Sharon Newman's plan is working. She wants Daniel Romalotti to pay for Cassie Newman's death, and that process is just beginning. Chance Chancellor never expected to find the type of hard evidence of Heather Stevens' death in the apartment where she used to live. But that's exactly what happened after her phone announced its presence. Phyllis Summers' encouragement led to Daniel greenlighting Chance's search. Without that, the restored Genoa City Police Department's detective likely would have gotten a warrant. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Lucy Romalotti weeping at crimson lights. Faith Newman is sympathetic. Lucy Romalotti's recent behavior doesn't matter now that the woman she considered to be her mother is dead. As viewers know, Heather's death was not peaceful. Either Sharon killed her accidentally and dumped her body to cover the crime, or an unknown or unsuspected character is the killer. Lucy's grief is intense. She will never get over what happened. Her nightmare is about to metastasize now that Chance believes he's found what seems like clear evidence of foul play. I and R spoilers, Sharon Newman is calm. Sharon is of two minds. One part of her personality is terrified that her perceived actions will be discovered, while the other is glad Daniel is set to take a massive fall. Using the Cameron-Kirsten projection is a trick. Sharon conjures him to justify committing horrible actions, which seem to include killing Heather. But viewers are considering this storyline and wondering, how could Sharon be the killer if Case is to remain part of the cast indefinitely? If Sharon is truly guilty, then she will eventually be arrested, tried, convicted, and jailed. Yet Case is working in her 30th anniversary season and is known to be staying in the cast. So a significant head fake is ahead. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Daniel Romolotti's nightmare deepens. Learning that Heather died accidentally was a jolt, but it would have been sadly digestible in time. However, learning that she was killed created despair and a need for answers. Daniel did not think to search the home where he, Heather, and Lucy lived for clues because that did not make sense. But Sharon's devious plan is not about logic. It's about long revenge that stretches nearly 2 decades back to Cassie's death and peers at the vastness of a future where Daniel rots in a jail cell, wrongly convicted of Heather's murder. The plot space between Daniel becoming the chief suspect in Heather's death and his exoneration is compelling and will play out hard toward Halloween and potentially beyond. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the Young and the Restless. Check back regularly for Y and R spoilers and news. Hey, the Young and the Restless fans, are you ready to meet an old face? A blast from the past is making her way back to Genoa City, but there's a catch, she's got a brand new face. Whoa, that's right, the legendary Y and R character Amy Lewis will set foot in GC after over three decades. The charming Valerie Pettiford will bring life to Amy, originally played by Stephanie E. Williams, back in 1983. Read on to know the full scoop. Amy Lewis reclaims Genoa City. The Young and the Restless is giving a fresh spin to Amy Lewis. So when can we expect Pettiford to grace our screen? The actress is slated to make her grand debut on October 29, 2024. Talk about a throwback with a twist. Check out her first look below. And let's backtrack a bit to see Amy's journey on the CBS soap so far. She last appeared in Genoa City in 1988, and boy, was she in the thick of some dramatic stuff. Moreover, Amy romanced Tyrone Jackson, but her most memorable relationship was with none other than Nathan Hastings. Yep, that is Nate's dad. The character was also busy working alongside Paul Williams and Andy Richards at their private investigation firm. Eventually, she left town to take care of her father, and that was it. We never saw her again until now. Cut to 2024, Amy tries to contact Nate with a shady text. What business does Amy have with him now? She claims she's got some urgent family matters to discuss. Meanwhile, Nate, being all responsible, heads straight to her. The Y and R speculations suggest that Amy's first stop back in Genoa City will be face-to-face with Nate. In addition, we can't help but wonder what bombshell Amy will drop this time. And let's not forget the new woman embracing the iconic Amy Lewis. For the record, Valerie Pettiford is no stranger to the spotlight, as she's done it all from Broadway to TV. She's known for her hit role as Big DD on Half and Half, or for her many TV appearances on shows. These include Criminal Minds, CSI, and Bones. Her resume is as sparkling as they come, and we can't wait to see her bring Amy back to life.